Welcome into another episode of Profit Pick. If you are new, we always start this show by being transparent. And yesterday, I did have a 3-2 day overall, but my top play lost, so ended up not being a great day. The two losers were both in the Storm game. Storm money line, Minnesota team total under, losers. I ended up getting to the window with Sun and Mercury under 169.5. That was pretty easy. I got there with the Sparks. That was easy. And Sparks team total over. Um, what was it? 88 was the number. So 3-2 overall, but top play loser. Hopefully, hopefully you did a little bit better, Rob.
I had a 1-1. I mean, personal bet I left here on the show was Connecticut team total over 76. Didn't get there. 6-point first quarter. 60 points through three. The second, third, and fourth, but only 6 in the first. Didn't get there. And after we did the show, Skee, the trade of Brittany Spikes, I immediately released a client play on the Sky, and the Sky won outright fairly easily. At the time, they were +7. I think they went down as low as 6, maybe 5.5. But easy play for the Sky with Ariel Atkins back, and now Brittany Sykes will be in the fold for them. Some interesting stuff going on at this trade deadline, but we'll see if Chicago can get picked up a little bit offensively, having Sykes on their side.
You mean Seattle?
I mean Seattle.
Yeah. I mean, Seattle needs some help. They need some help. I think she's a good fit over there.
Yeah, we saw it again last night, Skee. I mean, really the defense faltered for that team. Giving up 91 to Minnesota without Collier surprised me. Obviously, we talked about it yesterday.
Yeah, Casey says Seattle needs something. I think Gabby and Sykes on the wing defending, that's pretty scary right there. So we'll see how it shakes out. Today, we only have one game to talk about, so let's get straight to it. Aces and Valkyries. This one opened up -6.5 for Las Vegas. They're down. I mean, I'm seeing even fives. I'm seeing a 4.5 popping up. So it continues to drop. Total open 159.5, and it looks like it's as low as 157.5 as far as who is available. For the Valkyries, we still have Xander Lassini and Tiff Hayes game time decision. There will be no Mo Billings. I don't know when's the last time we saw Maria C. And we haven't seen Cheyenne Parker Tyus because she just had a kid. So everybody else who's been around for the Aces will be there. These teams did just play recently, Rob Veno. It was after the Aces got an ass whooping, 50-point beatdown, and they took out their frustrations on the Valkyrie. In that game, the Valkyries were they've had a pretty tough schedule. This is their first time being at home. I'm sorry. They're at home the first game after the break. But after that, they went on a 5-game road trip. And they were playing a lot of games in a short time frame. So I think they're happy to finally get a breather. They had 2 days off, especially with, some of the people they're missing. Their rotation is a little bit shorter. So I'm curious, Ravino, do you think this is a situation where they can get some quick revenge? I think the Aces are up 2-1 in the season series, but these teams are separated by half a game in the standings. Very, very important game.
Yeah, a lot of these are becoming important now, Skee, with the playoff situation. We talked about that logjam. Teams trying to get in toward the bottom half. For Golden State, like I say, the simplistic handicap here is quick turnaround revenge, and also Golden State is a home dog, right? Until they stop continuing to cash tickets as a home underdog, there's not a lot of reason to stop playing Golden State. 7-1 ATS is a full game underdog at home. 6-0-2 as a first half underdog at home. They've just been money in the dog roll on this floor. And until the game the other day, when the Aces had so much frustration from the day before, until that happened, the previous 2 meetings, Golden State found it fairly easy to score on this team. They put up 95 and 102, which for Golden State are huge numbers. But against the Vegas defense, they had done that twice before, like I say, Sunday when it was an absolute rout. So when I was thinking about it, I thought, the problem for me is that the injuries to the backcourt here for Golden State, Tiffany Hayes, Zandalicini. You have Kate Martin the other day going 1 for 12 and 0 for 7 from three. I don't think she'll repeat that performance. You'd expect a little bit of bounce back from her, but I don't know if the guard depth is strong enough here to get them into that 90 plus range. But certainly defensively, Skee, they've shown us the ability to defend. It's just Las Vegas is what makes the handicap hard because they're such a seesaw type team. We hardly ever know what to expect out of them. But I would think my inclination is to go with what's been working. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Golden State is a home underdog, probably running out of runway here as far as the price is concerned, because as you mentioned earlier, it keeps getting bet down, down, down. Golden State, by the way, is 7-1 against the spread as a full game underdog at home, but 5-3 straight up in those 8 games. So they can very well win this one. I prefer that side in this game, but I'd also prefer to see either Hayes or Zandalicini ruled in. I think if I had my choice, Skee, I'd rather see Tiffany Hayes ruled in for this game, give Golden State a little bit more backcourt depth, and then I would have no trouble playing the Valkyries in this one.
I think the Valkyries can definitely compete. I think they can even win. Yeah, definitely you would want Tiff Hayes and or Zandalicini in there. Leg issue for Hayes, foot issue for Zandalicini. I mean, if you like the over or want the over, you definitely want them in too. Somebody in the or James A. And look, he says no Hayes, no Xander, no thank you. And he also says Aces are scoring at will versus Golden State. I'll say this: they did play a couple times, right? I think one was a little earlier in the year, but in this recent one, the Aces played Golden State like it was their 6th game in 10 days with a short rotation. They didn't have much left in the tank to play any defense. And at the same time, the Aces were motivated offensively after getting beat down by 50. Do we think the situation is the same here today? I don't. Aces shot 45% from 3 in that game. I think that's unlikely to repeat itself. I don't have the exact quote, but the coach for the Valkyries pretty much was saying like they were fatigued, and also said like, yeah, we get a chance to see them again. We'll get a chance to game plan for them, et cetera, et cetera. And I like to think she's a good coach. I feel like she's proven that so far this year. If you look at Golden State in revenge spots, they're 7-1 to the under so far this year. As long as their opponent has rest, they're 7-0 to the under. That shows you exactly what I just said. They'll game plan, they'll adjust, and they'll play their style, which is defense. So can we trust the Aces to play defense as well? That's always a question mark. But I like to think after getting blown out the way they did, not too long ago, they continue they put the effort on that end as well. We also talked about the playoff position and how this game is important. I think this is either Golden State or the under or both in this one here, Rob Veno. So you put them together. I mean, you know what that gives you. Team total under for the Aces. All right. Quick and easy today. Right now, I'm seeing 81.5.
Boy, that is a high number. I'll just add real quick, Skee, for those who are looking at the under. These two teams, and I had to see how Las Vegas got to 101 the other day. I watched the game, and I really didn't go comb through the box all that well until this morning. These two teams ranked 12th and 13th in the league in fast break points scored. So you don't get any fast break out of either of them. And in that game on Sunday, the Aces scored 101 with only 6 fast break points, which seems almost impossible. 95 of your points without any, with only 6 coming on the fast break. But like you said, they made 18 threes. They did a lot of things that aren't customary. And I don't think they would be customary against this particular defense. And this particular arena, the fan, it's like a college atmosphere in there. So I think Golden State, obviously their record indicates it, but they get a big boost by being home. So just want to add that in for people that are betting the under. You'd be more apt to bet under in a game where you're not going to see a lot of fast break and really have to depend on excellent shooting almost from both sides here. 81.5 sounds like a large number for the Aces. And Jewel Lloyd becomes a real question mark. You and I have talked about it off air, but since she went to the bench, she's had two of her best offensive games during the time that she's been coming off the bench. So maybe that's a plus for Las Vegas down the stretch.
I'm in agreement. All right. Man. My thing froze up. There we go. It froze up for a second. Now we're back. All right. That's it. One game, quick and easy. Moving on over to best bets. Before, I'm not throwing any graphics up there, but before best bets, I'll ask you, Rob Veno, if there's anything you would like to promote. And if you do have a best bet, we would love to hear it. If you don't, all good.
Promotion, I think, is just if you guys are interested in football, Wager Talk has a huge special going on for football season. Go ahead and visit over at wagertalk.com. I believe that you can get 13 weeks of all access plays for the price of 8 weeks, 2 months. So, and it covers all sports, not just football, but football is going to be the dominant sport coming up here. So again, if you're interested in getting almost a little more than a full month for free, go ahead and visit wagertalk.com. Best bet here, Skee. I'm not going to leave it, but I will say this. I will say that I'm going to play this game if, in fact, no matter how long it takes, because we know with this injury report how long we have to wait. But if I see Tiffany Hayes ruled in, I will play Golden State here. So for those of you watching the broadcast or those of you that are picking it up after we're done here and watching the replay, if you see Tiff Hayes ruled in on this game, then I would recommend it as a best bet with Golden State plus the points. We've mentioned a lot of reasons why. I think it'll be a hard-fought battle, just like Golden State at home. No sense bucking the trend that they've put up for the majority of this season as far as ticket cashing at home. So I'm waiting on Hayes. I don't like the backcourt enough without her to go ahead and play it right now.
Fair enough. For my promo, I'll just say, I don't remember, I didn't have a 5% play. I haven't had one yet in August. I didn't have one in July. And I do have one for tomorrow. I already played it, and it's up and available if you would like to be involved. So rare 5% play for tomorrow. As far as best bet for the show today, I'm going to go with Aces team total under. I mean, I bet it at 82.5. I still think 81.5 is good, but just, off of what I capped there, like I said, Valkyries opponent team total is 7-0 to the under in revenge games as long as their opponent is rested. None of those teams surpassed 82. So I think Golden State, like I said, has a good game plan, some good adjustments, and they fight hard with the standings the way that they are. Golden State is defense, So Aces team total under 82.5 is my best bet for the show. Veno, always appreciate you breaking down these games for me. Only one game today, but tomorrow we'll get back to 3 on the slate for the chat. Appreciate y'all sliding in here as well. Great people, great cappers, and just help make the show what it is. Everybody else out there, Twitch, X, Kick, Spotify, Apple, YouTube Shorts, whatever it may be, we appreciate you watching, and we'll be back again tomorrow, 10:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time.